The location Windsor is the senior and greatest populated loch in the planet and informal accommodation of Tsarina Elizabeth II, who spends largest of her output down there. The oratory has a power of about 800. Lot of the seedling will be sourced of the gardens and park of the heavily belonging Corona property and Windsor Large Garden, on to Kensington Castle. The plan the pair will exchanging tonsure at afternoon, 7:1 m. EDT. At 1 p.m., 8:1 m. EDT, the newlyweds will keep Windsor Loch in a transportation for a approximately couple-mile parade, mobile on the top road via the city of Windsor, up back to the loch by the length go, on to the castle. The pair and guests will later visit a admission posted by Tsarina Elizabeth II at St. George's Room in the loch perspectives, preliminary to a less night admission for about 200 friends and household posted by Duke Charles, Harry's dad. The right the Decan of Windsor, the route turnover. David Connor, and the Metropolitan of Canterbury, Justin Welby, the lead of the Chapel of England, will officiate the rite. He's been wide estimated Duke William will move in the part of top person. But in January, the Grand Duke of Cambridge tell of the forthcoming nuptials and joked how his sibling had not requested him still. More than rather than 250 members of the UK gunman forces will as well be implicated on the date, and confirmation of Harry's period in the troop. Staff of a quantity of units consisting the King Marines and the Windsor Loch Guardsmen will link the regional gateway, in piece of music stipulated by the gang of the Irish Guard. The visitor listing several policy figures may be this if they are private friends of Harry and Meghan, but how won't he involve Barack and Michelle Obama, on to a King resource. The resource would not say yet if the Obamas had been guessed. The Whites Building and Downing Road affirmed how no one U.S. CEO Donald Trump card nor UK Main Secretary Theresa May had acquired invitations. The invitations were done by Barnard and Westwood, a London printing device and binder how has been manufacturing invitations for the King household with the 1980s, on to Kensington Castle. The invitees, consisting 100 regional school children and 610 Windsor Loch Society members, will be capable to look the arrivals of the fiancé and bridegroom and their guests and to look the newlyweds leave the loch on their transportation parade. The Safety Transactions Thames Vale Police Force, the strength how operates in the city of Windsor and Virginity, has common team of the police for the marriage and is backed by affiliate agencies consisting the Metropolitan Police Force and the UK Transportation Police Force, on to a representative for Thames Vale Police Force. The transactions is one of the greatest always taken by the strength. Police force include alerted how human beings mobile to the region by car on the day may be stopped by police force. Time UK Transportation Police Force will be patrol boat train stations and carriages. Nobody inbound in Windsor by boat train will be shielded and sought. Down there are no detailed information yet on the price of safety for the marriage or the quantity of commanders implicated. The photograph famous Vogue and picture photograph Alexei Lubomirsky will get the formal photographic of the newlyweds at Windsor Loch following the rite. The two are already known in Lubomirsky, who photographed Harry and Meghan at Frogmore Building, Windsor, in the weeks following they announced their betrothal. The gown we're hardly too aware whatever on Markle's marriage gown before the fiancé stares out on May 19. But how hasn't stopped the rumor plant. Designers tilted to be amongst the potential candidates involve the Canada-born Erdem Motalioğlu, France planner Roland Mouret and the Ralph and Russo duet, who intended the dress Markle wore in her betrothal photographic. The talent the pair include requested for nobody willing to email them a marriage souvenir to believe donating to one of several choose charities instead of. The menu bar tack, who was grown in California and now owns London-based bakehouse Viola Cakes, was previous learned in Markle, who had displayed the cook on her X Way of Life blog post. Future detailed information of the meal and sip creature proposed include not been liberated. The amusement the honeymoon time the marriage himself will be a social case, the selection of honeymoon purpose is a close guarded open secret.